Hello there. I'm alive. I'm still here. Oh, wait a second. Why doesn't it show that I'm live on the YouTubes over here? I have it pulled up on my YouTube and there I am. There's a delay. That's why. Well, hey there. How's everybody doing? Oh, and there's the sound too. Tell you, you go a few days without doing this and you forget how everything works. So I'm alive. I'm still here. I have not been live streaming every night because I've been commuting and going and talking to humans out in the world and having to get up early and all kinds of stuff like that. I had to get up early before, but my commute was going down the hall to a different room. I mean, I had to like help get my kiddo up and ready and stuff like that, but it's a different thing. I didn't have like a driving commute. So I'm gonna say hi to some people. Hi, Janet G. Good to see you. I've missed you in here. Hello, Kristen. Sounds like you've gotten off to a great start with your new job. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Janet G. I really, really do love it. I love it so much better than I mean, it's just what I'm supposed to be doing. It's the right thing for me. I can't believe I waited so long. Hey, Seventh Son is here. Ahoy, ahoy crew, ahoy Seventh. Good to see you. And there's my friend Mary, Blessed to Crochet, who I just got off the phone with. And she's listening and packing for her trip. Safe travels. Hopefully we can help you stay up and get through the last bit of that packing, right? Hey, Crafty Witch is here. I missed you. I missed all of y'all. Hey, can't think of a better name. I missed you too. I mean, I've seen you guys in other chats, but I don't know. This feels different. This feels different. Miss Dragon. Much love, everyone, says Miss Dragon. Much love to you too, Miss Dragon. I have missed you guys. I have missed doing this. And I didn't realize I missed doing this as much as I did until I hopped on just now. I wasn't even sure I was gonna come on tonight until about 5 minutes before. I mean, that was always the plan was to do like Tuesday nights, Thursday and Friday, because Wednesday is my late day. Friday I work from home, and then Saturday is Saturday. Yeah, it does feel different, right? Can't think of a better name. Like I see you guys in chats, but it's like that's my name and my text. This is like I don't know. It feels different. It feels I guess more personal for my end because you can see my noggin, you can see my face. But I missed you guys. I missed doing this. I don't have a topic for tonight except that I'm alive and I'm here and the new job is going well. I didn't leave any time between at all. I worked my last day at my corporate job on Friday the 7th, and then I had a weekend, and then I started my new one at the new private practice that I'm working in on Monday the 10th. And I miss you too, Crafty Witch. Thank you for saying that. That makes me feel good. It's nice to be missed. I appreciate that. So I started on Monday. I mean, at first it was just a meeting with my friend who owns the practice just to kind of like go over things and make sure I knew where the bathrooms were and stuff like that, first day stuff. And then I actually had my first intake appointment with a real human person and it went great and I love talking with people. I missed doing that. I've been stuck behind spreadsheets and, things that are not well suited to me for far too long. And I think I don't know, I didn't realize it because I've been doing it for so long, but I think I was a square peg trying to fit myself into a round hole for a long time. Um, like I'm tired at the end of the day because there's a drive involved and it's different, like, actually, like, meeting with people and, like, things like that. So it's tiring, but it's, like, a good tired, if that makes sense. Like, if you like what you're doing, the kind of tired you get from it feels different than if you don't love what you're doing. So and maybe it's just first week glow, but, um, I really feel like a fish that's been trying to live on land that is, like, swimming again. It really it's great. I can't believe I waited as long as I did. Miss Dragon says, "I won't be back doing lives until Monday. We'll miss you, and we'll keep an eye out for you. Hope everything's going okay." I know I've not been as I've tried to stay in the loop as much as I can, but I haven't been as much in the loop as I was. So, I know you've been dealing with a lot, Miss Dragon, so I hope there's some peace coming from that or some, you know, at least you're getting a bit of a break at some point. Can't think of a better name. Yeah, definitely worth the pay cut if you can swing it to be doing what you're meant to be doing. Yeah. Well, I mean, so kind of how it works is, I mean, I get paid a contract rate like per client I see and per clinical hour. So that includes like meetings and stuff like that. So it's kind of like the fuller my schedule is, the more I make. So like the busier I am, the more I can make basically. But like a therapist really, I don't know, some people can see like 8 clients in a day, but a lot of therapists really shouldn't because it's hard to really give people your full attention and care. If you're seeing that many people in a day, it gets, because it's, I mean, it is a job, right? But it's a job that kind of like your person, your attention and your care is your tool. That's what you work with. So if you're getting tired, after seeing 6 people and then you got 2 more people to work with, you don't want to be burned out at the end of the day because you want those people to have your undivided attention and care. So it's kind of one of those things you have to balance. You have to balance with, earning a living, but also doing your job well. So it's a balancing act for sure. Yes, at least Crafty Witch says at least you have the drive to decompress if needed. That has helped actually. Um, like it seems weird to miss a commute, but I did kind of miss a commute. I have been like listening to audiobooks on the way home or like catching up on Replay Crew on some YouTube content or like exploring even new stuff, like listening to like podcast CEUs and stuff. So it's been the drive isn't as bad as I thought it would be. And I've made longer, worse commutes before in my life, so by comparison, it's not terrible. And then I still have one work from home day. So, like tomorrow, Friday, that's my work from home day. That's why today is a good day for me to come on. So, hey, Mile High Hokey, good to see you. Mile High Hokey says, "Hello, Kristen. Glad to be here to hear about your first week at the new job. It's glad to have you here. I'm glad that you're interested. Thank you. I appreciate that." Miss Dragon says, "Next week is going to be a bit of a mess. I got to go over Wednesday, staying through Thursday. So my minds will, oh, miss. So my lives will be Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Now I'm waiting for the call. He's gone. I'm so sorry, Miss Dragon. I think you guys already caught it before I did, but can we put some ones for support for Miss Dragon in the chat, please? That's really tough. I'm thinking of you, praying for you, sending all the good vibes for you and your family. That's really tough. So I totally understand if you're not going to be live for a bit. Totally makes sense. Hey, Mon, sending a picture of the future. Well, that's nice. Ooh, it's look at that blue sky. Thank you, Mon. I missed sharing these with people. I know you sent me a couple when I was not live, but I missed sharing them with people. This is the beautiful blue sky from the future, as shown to us from the land down under. Look at that pretty sun. That's so cool. Ooh, and then there was another one. What is this? Oh, is that what kind of plant is this? Mon? What is this? It looks like some kind of dinosaur creature. That's really cool. What kind of plant is that? I have never seen a plant like that before. It looks almost fuzzy. Mile High Hokey says, I can't even remember the first week glow. It's been 25 years since I started my current job. Excited for you. That's awesome. I hope to one day get to that point with one job. I hope to when I started the corporate job, believe it or not, I was very naive and I hoped that I would stay there a long time. And it was the job I stayed at the longest. I was there for 7.5 years. The first 2 years, I kind of like the first year, I was kind of just recovering from a lot of things. So it was nice to just be kind of like passive and just kind of have a set process that I was supposed to follow and just sort of do what I was told, kind of a thing. But then you know, I recovered and I became me and I started asking all the questions and like doing what I do. And so they promoted me and then they promoted me again. And then I got promoted too much and saw too much and knew too much and lost my taste for it. So in a nutshell, that's what happened for me. Um, and anyway, it was a job I've been at the longest. I probably stayed at it as long as I did because of the people I worked with, like on my immediate team. I made some, I really enjoyed, interacting with and getting to know my coworkers on my team. And I made some good friends there. They're cool people. I'll miss them. I won't miss the job. I'll put it that way. Hey, seventh son. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Mon, I already said hi, but I'm saying hi again. Mon, Mon, my sister. Miss Dragon. I'm thinking early next week for him to cross, but if he's still here Wednesday, I'll go see him again. Have you been able to visit him this week, Miss Dragon? I think that you had said that. I'm sorry, I haven't been as up to speed on what's going on. Like I've tried to drop in on replays and stuff like that, but I've not been as into up to speed with what's going on. So, but I knew you told me that he was not doing well. So, be thinking of you always. Let's see what else. Oh, my StreamYard chat got stuck. There it is. Yes. Mary says, I did that tonight. Decompress by talking. It works, y'all. It does. It really does. And you did give me this advice. I told her to go have a pedicure tomorrow. So on Fridays, that's my work from home day where that means that for me that means that I do virtual appointments, that I do telehealth appointments. But at last the last time I checked, they hadn't scheduled me any telehealth appointments for tomorrow. So sometimes they'll put somebody in same day if somebody calls in wanting one, but it's not very common. So I'll probably have a kind of slow day tomorrow. So I might actually be able to do this. So if I can, I think that was lovely advice. Hey, it's Jessie Miller, unboxings and more. So good to see you. I have missed you. I have been not live as much because of adjusting to new job and a commute and all that good stuff. It's good to see you though. And Anthony J all day. I missed you as well. You know what? I said to Mary like I don't think anyone's going to show up because I haven't scheduled this. But y'all are here and that thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And y'all are getting a chance to talk to each other, which is really the point of all this anyway, right? So I appreciate that y'all let me do this and make this space available. And I'm glad I'm alive also. Let's see. What I meant by that is that, I haven't been live, so I'm still alive. That makes sense. I haven't gone live in a while. Really? Crafty Witch says, "My grandma's tiger lilies are starting to flower." Tiger lilies are beautiful. They're so gorgeous. Like, there are a lot of, like, really cool flowers like that I can't grow here because it gets so hot and dry in the summertime, but I love tiger lilies. They're pretty. It's Jazzy Girl Sarah. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Kristen, how are you doing in your new job? Glad I caught your live. I am loving the new job. It is so much a better fit for me. I'm adjusting to the new schedule and the new commute and stuff like that. But like the first day, I came home and I was tired, but So my husband said I bounded in like, "Hi, hi, I had a busy day at work." And he was like, "You seem like you again. You seem like the you that from like 10 years ago." So that must mean something. That must mean that it's a better thing for me to be doing. And he just changed jobs too, actually. So like we're having a whole bunch of this stuff at once, but I think it's going to be good. It does look like a palm tree that grew upside down, doesn't it? Can't think of a better name. This is the photo Mon sent us from the future in Australia. It reminds me of something you might see in, like, a Tim Burton movie, like, specifically, like, Edward Scissorhands. Like, if you any of you guys are familiar with that movie, like, when all the different shrubberies that he, like, cut into different shapes, it looks like one of those that he cut into a shape. Janet G giving some support for Mist. Miss Dragon, I'm so sorry. It's hard waiting for the call you don't want to come. I went through with my father. Love and hugs to you. I love and hugs to Miss Dragon for sure. I think we can all, you know, echo that sentiment. That's really rough. Oh, we'll have to see what this is. Mary says, Mon, I did a joke for tomorrow, and it's in honor of you, my sister from down under. I can't wait to see what it is. Oh, I lost the chat. Sometimes the chat jumps, you guys. I don't know if it's just me and my weird computer, but sometimes it jumps and I lose things. And now I'm 4 minutes behind, but that's okay. Cuz y'all know what I do. Y'all know I get super behind on it. Y'all know me. Oh, and it's winter. That's right, it is winter in Australia because it's a different hemisphere. Oh, it's from a succulent and they flower and then die. I keep the flower stem for the bees and also the birds. Oh, that's a flower that is taller than a house. This flower is taller than a house. That's wild. That's amazing. Hey, Chase the Heat. Welcome. Good to see you. I've been slacking on eating spicy things. I have not eaten spicy things in a few minutes. But it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. That's always fun. It's Janet G. Janet G says, Mon, I'm sure the bees and the birds are so much better for that. What does a Scotch bonnet plant look like? I don't even know what that is, but apparently they have fruit. Can you eat the fruit? Is there a Scotch bonnet fruit? And does it taste like scotch? I have so many questions. I have so many questions. Ooh, you sent a pic of a tiger lily? Okay, I gotta see. Is it on Facebook Messenger or is it on email? I bet it's on email. Let's see. Do, do, do. Hold, please. Do, 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 do. I feel like I should have hold music. Like you ever like call a helpline and you get that like that canned music. Boop, boop, boop. Like I feel like I should have some of that to play while I'm pulling up pictures that you guys send me. Oh, I need to catch up on my email. I missed something from like 3 days ago. Oh no, the little pictures are like they're they're not working. I'm so sorry. Like I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I'll try to reload them a little bit later. Hey, look, it's Wally. Hey, Wally, how's it going? Week 1, almost in the bag. Time flies. I know, I know. I'm gonna blink and I'll have been there 7 years, and then I'll have to go do something else. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I like it there. I love it there so far. But now it's the kind of thing where, like, if I leave, I've got people that I would need to transition. So it's a different kind of responsibility that way. Jesse Miller says, "Good to see you too, Kristen. Understandably, the new job and commute is a big adjustment." Yeah, my GPS takes me a different route every day, like depending on traffic. I enjoyed the route today. Uh, Without doxing myself too much, I can tell you today my route took me right by South Fork Ranch. So it was definitely a back way that avoided the highways, but it was kind of fun to drive by South Fork Ranch on my way to work. That was kind of fun. Crafty Witch, according to Janet G, Crafty Witch is a chili head gardener. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I guess you are because you have 30 pepper plants. That would probably make you a chili head gardener. My dad grows jalapenos. I don't think he's ever grown anything. I don't think he's grown all kinds of stuff, but as far as peppers go, just jalapenos. He let me eat a jalapeno off one of the plants once, but it was winter, so it wasn't as spicy as they usually are. But they're always a little bit, yeah, a little bit milder in the winter. It was in a potted plant because it was winter. Mon says the bees in particular will love the plant when it finally flowers. Aw. You gotta take care of those bees. Apparently, that's a big issue lately. Like, the bees are disappearing, and they're important for the ecosystem. That's what I've heard anyway. I don't know if it's I mean, I've heard it in multiple places. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but, it might. It might. I have one out the back of my garden as well, says Mon. Hopefully, I'll get to do photo when flowers. That would be cool. I would love to see that. I love to see all the different flowers and all the different plants where you are, Mon, because they're completely different. They're completely different than what we have here. So I love seeing that. Like that plant you just showed me, that was wild. That was so cool to me. Let's see. Oh wow. Mist says today it was just my family of 4 in my car. At 32 and 35, we still had to keep the boys separated on the drive. I gotta say that doesn't surprise me. I'm 37 and I have a 36-year-old. No, he's 35, he won't be 36 until a few months later, and a 35-year-old brother, and you might if we had to ride next to each other on a long distance drive, you might still have to separate us. Not gonna lie. We're great friends now that we live in different houses, though. We get along great. No, we have fun. We're buds. You have a good night too. I'm behind in the chat, so Johnny Scoville, Chase the Heat, you may already be asleep, but good night and thanks for saying hi. Thanks for popping your head up. That's always nice. Always appreciate that. Really, Janet G? Janet G says my daughter graduated today. Ah, that's awesome. Wait, I need a celebratory thing. Celebratory thing. And sparkler. And well, not a sparkler. It's the wand that Mary crocheted and not a sparkler because apparently I'm not supposed to light sparklers indoors. Apparently that's a bad idea. So, sparkler. She walked the stage, honors degree in science, integrative physiology. Ooh, that sounds cool. Smarty Pants got first class honors, so now I can't stop crying. Very happy mommy tears. Congratulations, Janet G, for your daughter. That's awesome. That's so cool. Oh gosh. My kid's 5. I can't imagine that feeling. Like, I was excited because he pulled his pants up by himself. But that's how it works, right? That's how things like that progress, right? One minute you're excited they're pulling their pants up, and then the next minute they're graduating. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you guys, Janet G. That's wonderful. Is it? Okay, it's not just me, Jesse. Jesse says it's normal for the chat to jump on StreamYard. I'm not nuts. Well, I am, but not because of that. There are other reasons. Oh, it's shopping day tomorrow, Miss Dragon. Aw. Well, may the shopping I hope the shopping is swift and uneventful and easy and peaceful as possible. And may the grocery store not be too busy. Janet G says, my daughter is 1 year into her PhD, ooh, but didn't graduate undergrad until now because she dragged her butt on getting her last calculus course. Ooh, I would drag my butt on getting calculus too. I somehow managed to get through undergrad and a master's degree without taking calculus. I think it was because I got a Bachelor of Arts degree for my undergrad. Uh, I don't know. How did I get away with that? I think I took I took quantitative methods in psychology, which is basically statistics for psychological research. It was like a specific to it. But I managed to get through school without ever taking calculus. So I know nothing. If I was required to do calculus, I would drag my butt on it too. Okay, yeah, I'm on Facebook, just as Kristen Melinda. I should be I should be there. I'm in the Lifeboat Boat Facebook group. I'm in Blessed to Crochet's Facebook group. I'm in all the places. Well, not all the places, but many, many of the places. There it is. It's you, Crafty Witch. Yay. Ooh. And these are the beautiful flowers. Okay, accept. So I'm making sure I can continue to get messages from you. These are beautiful. I have tried to plant these before. I have. I've tried to plant I've tried to plant tiger lilies or similar in my yard before, but it gets so hot and dry and I didn't water them enough. But it was like right when we first moved into a house, so I really didn't know what I was doing at all. It I probably still wouldn't know what I was doing with gardening at all. I'd have to do a lot of Googling beforehand. Um, yeah, I was curious about that too, Wally. Wally says, Janet G, you can be accepted into a PhD program without an undergrad degree. Didn't realize that. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Oh, this is why. Janet G says she's in blended master's PhD program. It was conditional acceptance that she finished the last math course. So now it's official that she got her BSc. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, we need transitional music for when you're doing something like scrolling through the chat or like, I don't know, like maybe not the annoying hold music, but uh like there's this specific canned hold music that I've heard on like multiple helplines. It's kind of that it's got like a percussion-y sound to it. It's like do 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 do. Do. It's really annoying. Don't mind the deck. Jason has to redo it. Well, he better get on that then. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If he's listening. I'm just kidding. The flowers are beautiful. Ooh, doggy pictures. I gotta see doggy pictures. Mocha says hello. This is our puppy picture. Oh, this is how I look in the morning when my alarm goes off. Like that's the expression I make when I look at my alarm. Really? Do I have to get up? But why? Why? All the peppers are for Jason, huh, Crafty Witch? You don't eat any of them? Hey, it's Old Lady Luck. Good to see you. Hello, friend. Thanks for coming to say hello. Thanks for hanging out. Flies are pollinators as well? I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Miss Dragon, having your kids in the car is like having Tommy and Johnny in the car. I wonder would they get along? I don't know. I don't know. They'll have to tell us that. I know that there were many road trips growing up that my mother had to sit in the back seat between me and my younger brother, and my older brother got to ride in the front seat, and that was so that my younger brother and I wouldn't kill each other. So I know the brother dynamic. Hey, Warren, it's good to see you. It's been a minute. I've been adjusting to a new job and a commute. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Miss says, those 2 in the car, when it typically would be a somber moment, there was laughter up and back a good 5 hours in the car with them. Hey, look, it's Justin T. Thanks for coming to say hi. It's good to see you. All my old friends are popping in to say hello. Oh, this is earlier when I assume when I was talking about being excited my child could pull up his own pants. Then you pray they keep their pants on. He doesn't always. Um, he has a habit right now of like we'll let him play in the backyard after dinner and just kind of like within reason, like do what he wants, like play in the mud or whatever. We're gonna have bath time after that anyway. And for some reason, sometimes so I'll go out in the backyard after 5 minutes or so to check on him, and he'll just be running around. He'll just have taken his pants off, and he'll just be running around the backyard with no pants on. And I'm like, dude, kid, why? Why? The shirt's still on. It's just the pants. I don't understand, but you know, I guess that's 5-year-old logic. Hey, it's Todd. Hey, Matrix Rabbit. It's so good to see you. I was chatting with you earlier. Thanks for coming to say hello. I am happy, Matrix Rabbit. I am tired but happy. It's a good kind of tired. It's a very good kind of tired. It's awesome. I am enjoying the new job. Uh, it is challenging, but in a good way. It feels worth doing, you know? It feels good. Feels good. Oh, so college calculus is useless? My Hokie says, I have 2 years of useless college calculus. It was complete torture and never once used for anything after graduation. Not logical. Good to know. I'm glad to know I didn't miss out on anything, that I couldn't, like I didn't miss out on the secrets to the universe by not taking calculus. I'm sorry you had to do that, but thanks for making me feel better, I guess. Part of the money racket, unfortunately. Oh, no. The calculus is to get you to take more classes that cost more money, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, it's Rick Spicer. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to say hi and hang out for a little bit. Okay, so with the peppers, Crafty Witch says, I eat some, but usually stop at habanero. I will test out the super hots though. So the hottest thing I have eaten so far is the tube of Terra peanuts, like a couple of those at a time. Like I have only eaten two at a time because I'm a weenie, I'm a wimp. Um, actual like peppers, like the hottest thing I've eaten is a jalapeno. But once I got a Wiley one and it kind of like it kind of like didn't concern me, but it like surprised me because my hands started doing the cramping thing. Like just my hands, like not anything else, just my hands. And it was cool. Like it was kind of fun. But then I was like, okay, I better slow my roll a little bit. If a jalapeno is giving me hand cramps, I better back off a little bit. But you can get a lot of different things at my grocery store down the street. Like you can get habaneros, you can get serranos, you can get I think they had ghost peppers. They might have had them in a jar. I don't remember. You can get a lot of things at my grocery store, so but I'm sure they're better fresh if you're growing them at home. I know from my dad growing vegetables that they're always better if you can grow them yourself. Hmm. Miss Dragon said, Dad got sagebrush from the side of the road and brought it home. And he asked why it was dying. I said, do you water it? He said, yeah. I told him they're desert plants. They're not supposed to be watered. I actually killed a cactus once by overwatering it. I didn't know. And I didn't know it had I and it looked like it was okay. It was like one of those little ornamental cacti. And my friend came over and she was like, "Oh, it's so cute." And she went to touch it and it was squishy because apparently if you overwater them, like the water just like stays in the cactus and it got squishy. So yeah, you can overwater a cactus. Does sagebrush have a good smell? I don't know if I've smelled sagebrush. I might have, and I just didn't realize it. Yeah, yeah, he runs around the backyard like Pooh Bear 7th. My son, he likes to do the t-shirt, no pants thing. Like, if you turn around, but mainly just in the backyard. Like, happily, knock on wood so far, he doesn't do that, like, in public or at school. But, like, if he's in the backyard at home, he's like, "Imma be free." He's Miss Dragon says, "My youngest ran around in a long t-shirt with no diaper or pants, and that's how I potty trained him. He wouldn't pee if he didn't have a diaper on." We did the no diaper, no pants thing when we first started potty training. Potty training has been a journey. It is an ongoing journey, actually. It is an ongoing journey, but it will happen. It will conclude. We're great at part of it, not so great at other parts of it. It's a process, not an event, right? It's a process. Oh, never apologize for history lessons, Matrix Rabbit. I love history lessons. I love finding new rabbit holes to go down on researching stuff, and my husband loves history too, so that gives me more stuff to talk about with him. So that's great too. So Please don't ever apologize for history lessons. I love it. I love that stuff. Herman! You guys haven't seen Herman. Hello, guys. How's it going? I missed you too. I've just been here in this office by myself. This weirdo's at work. So if you were doing a telehealth visit with a therapist from home, would you be weirded out if she pulled out the fish head? Just asking for a friend, not me. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not going to pull out the fish head on a telehealth visit. I'm not going to do that. I want to try, the tube of terror peanuts, but I'm allergic to peanuts. Oh, well, you need a different vehicle for all the spicy goodness then. I don't know what other vehicle would work for it though. Just peanuts that you're allergic to? Or that's right. They talked about doing other nuts before too, but like a lot of nuts are ridiculously overpriced and expensive and difficult to manufacture. Man, when he was talking about the different procedures that like a manufacturing facility has to go through, that never occurred to me before. But now that I think about it, like, yeah, if you're in a food manufacturing facility and you're dealing with all this like super hot, dusty, spicy stuff, you would have to like protect your eyes, I would think, in some way. It had never occurred to me. That's an interesting aspect to everything. Mile, is this a calculus? Time equals question equals stress equals no use. Sounds good to me. Sounds correct. Sounds correct. Good night, Todd. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. I so love it when you come hang out on lives. I'm probably going to try to do another one of these tomorrow. It will depend on my child and how he, how early he goes to sleep. I agree. Rick, some of your short videos have been hilarious. I've been enjoying them. Scorpions, reapers, and 7 pots growing crafty witch. Wowza. You're busy. That sounds fun. Do you have a place that you document the process? Like pictures of them like in their different growth stages? I love stuff like that. And like time lapses and stuff too. That's so much fun. Oh, sent a pic of the boys to share. Let me look. Let me see. Pretend there's the transition music here. Oh, wow. And you had to separate them too? Was this before or after a scuffle? You had to separate them in the back seat of the car. That is a good beard. Like, that's a serious like, not everybody can grow a beard like that. That's impressive. That's impressive. But it looks like they're getting along now because they both have their devices. All ages of children. You separate the arguments with the devices. Yeah, Herman on Telebell. Would that weird you guys out if your therapist showed up? No, you guys, I'm much more like, I promise when I go to work, I'm a little bit more dressed up. I'm still me, but like I talk less about me, obviously, because it's in that circumstance, it's not about me, it's about the other person. So if somebody expressed that they would be made more comfortable by a fish head, sure, but probably not like just out of the blue. This is an interesting statement. Hot balls aren't nuts. You mean like the cheese balls and stuff like that? Or like it's not nuts, like they're not crazy? I don't know. I don't know. I guess you'd have to find a different vehicle if you're allergic to peanuts, though. Janet G says, Mile High Hokie and Wally, I will never believe that postgraduate education and research is a money racket. It might not be up your alley, but where would we be without research and education? This is a good point. This is a good point. I mean, degrees are expensive generally. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a little different in Canada. Like, maybe we're coming at this from different perspectives. Like, higher education in the United States is really expensive. It's really expensive. Like, people go into a lot of debt to get postgraduate degrees. So maybe there's a difference in approach happening here. Maybe it's a little different and different. But still in the United States, postgraduate education, that is where a lot of research is done. Graduate students work in research labs, they write theses, they do lab projects and stuff like that, and that's how a lot of scientific journals get research into it. So, I mean, that still happens in the United States, but I don't know if college and postgraduate education costs differently in different countries. I don't know. Rick. Kristen, when you evaluate a patient, example, tell me about your problems. Okay, now here's a habanero. Let's see where you are on the pepper scale. Nice. Nice. Oh, you have a plant group, Crafty Witch? That's awesome. That's awesome. Even if I don't eat all of them yet, I like seeing them. I think that they're pretty. I think that it's cool. I Maybe part of that is because my dad always had a vegetable garden, and his specialty is tomatoes. He grows tomatoes better than anything else. But he's grown, like, carrots, he's grown cucumbers, he's tried all kinds of things. The ones that he regularly does are peppers, and then he'll grow onions sometimes too, but he'll do tomatoes and jalapenos a lot because my mom cooks with those a lot. Wally says, "I've come a long way with my beard growing, but I'm still relatively hairless." Yeah, I'm still working on mine. Yeah, it's not coming in like I'd hoped. Just kidding. Oh dear. Oh dear, Miss Dragon. The younger one kept reminding the older one he had a knife with him. Oh no. What did he do? Jesse says, "It's hard to imagine it because I know you." I assume you mean like me, as a therapist. Honestly, I'd probably get off topic and start asking questions about her. That's okay. Well, I tell people, so, like, if you get along with your therapist, it can feel, or your counselor, those terms are kind of interchangeable. It can feel kind of like a friendship because you are sharing a lot of personal stuff with them. But the difference is that, like, a friendship is reciprocal. Like, it's back and forth. Like, sometimes I'm going to share my stuff with you, sometimes you're going to share stuff with me, and it'll go back and forth like that. With a therapist, your therapist should be really focused on you. Like, and if they do share stuff about themselves, it should be kind of for the purpose of helping you. So whether that's like letting you know, hey, I can kind of appreciate where you're coming from because I also have a child with autism, or like, here's this, story that kind of illustrates how someone could cope with this. But typically your therapist should not be spending a whole lot of time talking about themselves in your session. So that's the main difference, I would say. And then also, a therapist is going to have mental health training, and know when to say, hey, maybe it's time to see this kind of specialist or this kind of doctor. Then we have training in specific forms of therapy too, like dialectical behavior therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, that kind of thing. Those are the main differences. Warren Schill says, "I can assure you, most of the money does not go to professors." Yeah, yeah. Professors aren't making bank at colleges. Maybe football coaches are at universities with really good football teams, but yeah, professors aren't making bank. I did show Mocha. Were you packing? I said that that's what I look like when the alarm goes off. That's how I look when I look at the alarm. Oh, Wally says, "Janet G, I think we were alluding to required undergrad classes in subjects that weren't related to our future careers." Gotcha. So what I did, you guys, is when I graduated high school, I didn't know what I wanted to major in. I didn't know what I wanted to do because I spent my whole high school time doing theater. And so I thought, "Oh, I wanna be an actress," but actually, I found out I liked eating, I liked surviving, and a lot of people wanna be actresses, right? So I spent a little so I actually went to community college for 2 years, and because it was cheaper, and I didn't know what I wanted to major in, and I got all my basic credits out of the way, like all that basic stuff, like your, core stuff, like, basic math, basic science, English, stuff like that. I did all that first, and then when I figured out what I wanted to major in, which ultimately was psychology, that's when I transferred to a university. So my core credits didn't cost as much because I did them at a community college. So that's what I did. But yeah, I see what you're saying about there are a lot of required there's like this basic set of core classes that are required for a lot of degrees that like didn't necessarily have anything to do with psychology, at least not, directly anyway. Oh, good. So they must have made up and they're friends again. They're both going out together Saturday night. Your boys missed, right? That's good. Ooh, you guys got hail where you were? Ooh. Yeah, we get hail sometimes here too, North Texas. They've come out with these so around here, a lot of people keep their junk in garages and their cars in the driveway. Don't ask me why. It's just something we do in North Texas, and it doesn't make sense. But they've come out with these like big inflatable things that you like put over your vehicle, and like it's got like an air compressor that like blows it up, and it looks like this big gray igloo sitting atop of a car, and they're supposed to protect them from the hail, but they cost like $1,000. And it just seems funny to me that we use that instead of cleaning out our garage. So, okay. This is good to know, Janet G. Janet G says tuition at the University of Alberta is 5,500 a year. I mean, I would have to look up how that compares now to the United States universities or the one I went to. For an international student, it's over $20,000. Ooh, holy moly. The difference is that for Canadians, the government funds universities to a great degree. Gotcha. That makes sense. I wonder how that compares to well, now I'm curious. Because it's been a minute since I went to college, so pricing is different now. But let's see. Tuition at and it's gonna be different in different states too. That's for a full year, right? Not by semester? Hold please. Do Okay, okay. Uh, so in at the university that I went to, the average annual cost of attendance for a Texas resident living on campus and enrolled in 15 hours per semester, so this is annual, $27,937. That's for a year. The average annual cost is $40,537. Maybe I should have gone to the University of Alberta, but I would have been an international student, so still, what are we doing? What are we doing differently? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's wild. Blessed to Crochet is working on the packing. We're trying to keep her spirits up and keep her awake to finish packing for her trip this weekend. All right. Rick Spicer says it'll be free if I get in. Public knowledge that we charge for crazy. However, foreign students pay is obvious, but full refunds will stop. People don't know. We do it. So, it's interesting. A lot of the information and the knowledge you can gain from getting a degree, you can gain for free. Like if you know how to go to a library, if you can read, and I know not everybody can, that's kind of a privilege too. If you can read, if you can research on the internet, a lot of the knowledge, the information that you can gain from a degree, you can learn for free. You can gain for free. What you're paying for is the piece of paper that says, "Hey, I did this. I got something done. I was able to stick with it and show up to class and be consistent and, you know, and yada yada yada." So that's the part that you're paying for, unfortunately. And it's not a perfect system for sure. There were things that I loved about college. Um, the college part of it, the classes part of it, and then there were things that I didn't love so much about it. It's definitely not a perfect system. Mile High Hokie says, Janet G, agree in principle. Have done grad school a few times myself. I also believe in liberal arts education and core curriculum, but agree with Wally that some requirements are excessive when they don't apply to your particular degree or program. Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of wish that there were, so I know some other countries, like for high school students, when they get older, like in upper years, they have the option for them to like choose trade school, like to go study to learn how to be an electrician or a welder or something like that. I wish that we had more opportunities like that because not everybody wants to go do a core curriculum and not everybody wants to go to college and it's not right for everybody. And we need electricians and we need welders and we need plumbers and we need people that know how to do that stuff. So I kind of wish we had a little bit more of that because those are important jobs. And you can make good money doing those jobs too. Yeah. Hey, Maya. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Me too, Rick. I love this. I love knowledge. It leads to a great world. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Always be willing to learn. Busta Crochet, Mary is on her way to celebrate her husband's grandmother's 95th birthday celebration in Cincinnati. Woohoo! Wait. You can tell her we celebrated on stream for her a little early. Yay! Holy moly. Miss Dragon says, Jana G, I remember when I was in college in 85 to 86, it was $75 per credit. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Yeah, it's gotten to where it's really almost inaccessible, like for a lot of people, unless you take out crazy loans or your parents take out crazy loans, or it's gotten crazy. It's gotten out of control. Let's see. Catching up on the chat. Blue, blue, blue. Oh. And Janet G says, yes. And our healthcare is also funded by a tax paying base, difference in Canadian system. That, yeah, definitely. I don't, I've heard a little bit from folks in Canada about the Canadian healthcare system. Is it like everybody is automatically enrolled in like the government funded healthcare? Or do they also have the option to buy more if they want to? Or how does it I don't know as much. I mean, I've been told, like somebody told me like, "Hey, yeah, if I need to see a doctor, I just go see them." Sometimes I have to wait, like if it's a specialist, but that's mostly the extent of what I know, unfortunately. Yeah, a lot of people are in this situation. They're only able to go to college because they have grants and scholarships. Yep. Yep. Otherwise, you kind of have to be ridiculously rich or able to take out a gigantic loan. So, or both. But these are important skills for being a housewife, Miss Dragon, I would argue. Miss Dragon says, I took 13 years of dance and 6 years of choir and a year of acting, and I'm a housewife. Well, you raised children. And I think dance and singing and acting are very, very good skills for raising children, personally. Like I can't tell you how many times like we've had to like make up little songs to do things or make up little skits to make things more entertaining or something like that. So I think they're very usable skills in being a housewife, personally. Yeah, Wally says a lot of people in California do the 2-year college route and then transfer. Yeah, that's what I did. Only it took me a little bit longer once I got to university. Um, but that was because of my particular degree. I did like an honors thesis with it, so I had to do research and stuff too. I don't know if I've talked about this on here. I worked in a research lab when I was an undergrad, and the research lab was psychology research lab, and it was studying the relationships between certain psychological traits, things like mindfulness, stuff like that, and physical health markers, like, specifically, like, cholesterol, blood pressure, triglycerides, stuff like that, and the idea was to see, like, hey, do any of these predict or correlate with the other? Like, do people with more mindfulness have lower blood pressure or something like that? But part of the job was we measured people's, triglycerides, so we had to take blood samples, like, with little finger sticks, so, that was my job. I was the person that, like, welcomed the person in and say, "Hey, welcome. I'm gonna take some of your blood now." So, that was my job, and then I also had them fill out a questionnaire. So, yeah, it was fun. Oh. Crafty Witch says, "Wanted to go into forensics, but all my crazy health problems and cancer stopped me after my bachelor's. That sucks. I'm sorry that that got in your way. Maybe it's never too late. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's something, I mean, unless that's, I mean, I have seen a lot. They say like non-traditional students, like, when, I don't know, you're past high school graduate age or whatever, but um like, I know people that had entire careers and then went back to school to get, like, an MBA or something, like, in their 40s or 50s or older. So, it could still be something if you wanted to do it. I mean, those grants and scholarships still exist. Oh, that's right. Mary says, "My daughter is also coming with her husband, so she gets to meet some of the family he hasn't met yet." That's great. That's awesome. There used to be Mist Dragon says there used to be GURs, general university requirements that you need to take typically your first 2 years. I think like that's still a thing. They just call it like core curriculum. They call them like core credits. I think they just changed the name. Yeah, yeah. This is what we do in North Texas. Miss Dragon says I have a two-car storage area as opposed to garage. Yep, yep. Hey, y'all, yeah, get a look at Rick's new channel. He said he opened his new channel for Go Lives. It's called Rick Spicer for Prime Minister. That way, people looking for smiles don't get the politics. And I can show my ugly face. Haha, just laughing. I'm sure your face is not ugly, Rick. Smiles are always good. Yay. Wally says, I went to a private university, but they threw a good bit of money at me. Still an egregious price, though. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's out of control. Oh, that's right. Maya, you are in Norway. We have had 24 hours of daylight for a couple of months and midnight sun for 1 month. Does that mess with you? Like, does it make it difficult to sleep? I think it would mess with me. I think it would. Or does everybody just have like really great blackout curtains? Ooh, cool. Crafty Witch says I'm learning from my herbalist certification so that when I do it, I won't be that rusty. That's really cool. So, does herbalist mean like you learn all the different like herbs and what like medicinal uses they might have? Or is that kind of what it is? That sounds fun. It sounds really cool. I'm glad the trades are back in style. We need those people. We need those jobs. They're sorely needed. That's why they make a lot of money. I think some plumbers make more than some lawyers. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. I am trying to highlight a comment. There it goes. Warren says, I do agree. I wish math classes would be more directly tied to students' career goals. Yeah. Yeah. Then the student can kind of adapt to it and like see how it would be applicable. Um, or, you know, be more motivated, I guess. I mean, my quantitative methods in psychology class, like it was applicable. Um, it was still difficult for me to get to, but to get through, but at least I could more easily apply it to what I was doing in other classes. So it was I was able to cement my learning that way because I could think about it in multiple contexts instead of just that one class. Do, 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 do. Woo! Molly says 6 figures for a halfway decent tradesman is very realistic that these days. Whoa. So my husband was just changing jobs. Maybe I should tell him to go be a plumber. He's gonna take a while to learn how to. You can't just be a plumber overnight. You got to learn that. Actually, a cousin of his is a plumber, but he lives in New England. So yes, happy birthday to Mary's husband's grandma! Yay! Holy moly! What? Mon says medicine is like $200,000. Nursing and teachers for, like, a medical school degree? Nursing and teachers have had uni fees drastically reduced to try and get more nurses. Unfortunately, here in Oz, most of the young nurses only want to do Botox or fillers. Oh, that sucks. Well, I heard they can make a lot of money doing that. Like, you can make more money doing that than, like, being a nurse in a hospital or something like that. And here's a problem in the United States. If you're an RN here in the United States or like a licensed professional counselor like me, you can make a lot more money working for a health insurance company than you can make working in the hospital or working as a therapist. Um, at least like for what you do. So that's kind of a bummer too, because you need people actually doing the things for, insurance to even matter. So yeah, I agree, Mile High Hokie. The insistence that every kid needs a traditional four-year college degree is outdated and misguided. I agree. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can, I mean, yeah, it's just not for everybody. Okay, Janet G is explaining to me how healthcare works in Canada. Janet G says everyone in Canada has healthcare from their home province. Healthcare is funded by both provincial and federal tax bases. Patients see doctors and it goes from there. No insurance companies involved. So there's nobody that's like trying to say, oh, you're charging too much for this box of tissues or in this hospital or anything like there's nobody like overseeing that part of it because the theory goes, or at least what managed care organizations, another word for insurance companies in the US will say is that they exist to help control costs. That like hospitals were charging way, way out the wazoo for things like stupid little things like tissue boxes. Like you have a tissue box for $100 on your bill, or just charging ridiculously astronomical prices for things. And the managed care organizations, they would say, "Oh, we're checking in with them to make sure that they don't overcharge things." But I'm not seeing that it really has that effect. It's more like they just pass the cost on to the patient. So but I wondered if Canada has any entity overseeing it that, not an insurance company, but something else. And I'm super behind on the chat, you guys, but that's a wonderful problem to have. Okay, Maya says the daylight doesn't mess with my sleep at all. It does for some people, especially people who didn't grow up here and tourists. Yeah, I would be the tourist who wouldn't be able to sleep. Well, I might be able to. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, insane prices for education. Oh, in Norway, all education is free, even university. Even university? Wow. Yeah, one of the first things you do if you want to go to college when you graduate high school, I remember we were supposed to fill out our FAFSA, which is like your federal financial, I can't remember what it stands for, but it's basically like whether you qualify for like federal student loans or federal financial aid or something like that. Okay. Okay, Janet G. So Janet G says hospitals in Canada are not private. Okay, so no one's making that's not a for-profit thing there either. Okay. See, it's a whole different way of thinking because it's just so different in the US. So I have to wrap my brain around it. But Janet says they're provincially owned. The province sets the fee for a procedure. Okay. Doctors get paid a set fee for this, a set fee for that, depending on the procedure. Okay. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. It's not like the hospital can then decide, "We're gonna charge $100 for this box of tissues." Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Wally. FAFSA stands for Federal Application for Student Aid. Let's see. I think I maybe missed the first one. Hold on. Scrolling, scrolling. Oh, wow. Mile High Hokie says, I know several nurses here in their 40s and 50s who say that the new generation of nurses don't want full time work, which has led to ongoing shortages. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, nursing is like if you're like a nurse in a hospital or something like that, that's a tough gig. Mon says, same in Australia as well, unfortunately. I'm a believer in choosing your time to go to the next place, but physically not here due to decreased younger people as well. Yeah. Oh, Mon says in Australia, we've got Medicare, but you can decide to go to a private hospital, but expect the lots of money, lots of cost for it. Well, cool. I feel like I learned a lot today. This is awesome. Thank you guys for sharing this. I never knew this about like I knew that Canada had like government funded health insurance, but I wasn't sure how it worked exactly. And it just kind of reminds me like what a different mindset it is. It had not occurred to me that a hospital would not be for profit, and I guess it wouldn't be. But so so the hospital doesn't charge the things or see, I'm still having a hard time wrapping my brain around it. Like I grew up here, so I can't imagine something being able to exist and survive without having a profit margin. Unfortunately, that's how things work here. It just is how the world goes round in the US and a lot of other places. Yeah, yeah, Wally, that's true. The grass is always greener on the other side, so it seems with healthcare as well. Like we do I mean, on the plus side, I think what I have read and what I have heard, and I believe to be true, is that the United States has top-notch healthcare if you have top-notch money. Like it has some of the most advanced, awesome stuff ever if you have lots and lots and lots of money. That's the only kicker is most people don't have lots and lots and lots of money. Uh, Maybe just lots, but not lots and lots and lots, you know? I don't know if candy stripers are still a thing, Rick Spicer, but I know what you're talking about. I know that there are hospital volunteers, but I don't know if they have candy striper uniforms. Woohoo! Crafty Witch says, last year I finally paid off my medical bills from treatment. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I'm glad must feel good to have that out of the way, out from under you. Yeah, that's fair, Miss Dragon. In the US, our state-funded systems don't always work very well. Miss Dragon says, I'm hesitant about state-paid healthcare because of the way our veterans are treated. Some die waiting on treatment. Yeah, yeah. That's a valid concern for sure. For sure. We have not always yeah, I mean, like I will say that like state fund so in the United States, a lot of state paid healthcare is actually not managed by the state. It's actually managed by a for profit corporation. Like, for example, the insurance company I worked for is a private for profit corporation. And what they do is the states, they take their Medicaid dollars and they say, hey, insurance company, we want you to manage this. So here's the money. And you try to keep the costs down. And if you do that, you can keep the leftover as profit. And that's oversimplifying it. There's lots of caveats and different things you have to do. That's basically what they do. So even our state funded healthcare in the United States is actually contracted out to corporations for the most part. It's not actually managed by the state. It's a it's a nice uh, it's a nice cozy arrangement, I think, between some politicians and some CEOs or board members, I think. I have a hunch. But in Australia, It sounds like it works a little different. Mon says in Australia, Medicare, you pay in your taxes 6% of your income, but I pay for private health insurance on top of the Medicare system. It should be either, I believe. Gotcha. Gotcha. See, this does suck though. Crafty Witch says had to take a loan for treatment. Like that sucks that people have to take out loans to cover life-saving treatment. That sucks. Well, that's good to hear. Mon says in Australia, we look after our veterans and they can apply for a veteran pension and also a pension as well. That's good to hear. I'm glad. I wish we did that or something like that. Rick. Rick says crafty. When I was like 50, my parents paid their final payment for my surgery as a kid. Never mentioned it. They told me they can't repossess me anymore. Rick, I love your humor. Hey, look, it's Miss Sunrise Dawn. Good to see you. Hi from North Georgia, everyone. Room raid from Carrie Ann. Hi. Thank you, Carrie Ann. Thank you, Carrie Ann, friends. Thank you for the room raid. That's so awesome. I love when that happens. I never mean to like go live at the same time as a friend, but every now and then I lose track of everything. So I apologize. But thank you for coming and raiding me, Janelle H. Room raid. Woohoo! Thank you so much. That makes me so happy. That's awesome. Hey, Retired Red. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you guys for the room raid. Well, I was actually just going to start to wrap it up, but now I have new friends. Hey, Susan P. Raid from Carrie Ann. Woohoo! I love it. I love it. And it's Carrie Ann herself. Hey, Carrie Ann. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. I was in your life for a minute too. And I didn't I wasn't sure I was gonna go live tonight until like 5 minutes before. And then I was like, well, I'll just hop on for like 30 minutes to say, hey, I'm alive. But here it's been an hour and 17 minutes. So I should probably wrap it up soon. Hey, hey, brain fog, I think. I love your handle. That's awesome. Hey, Lori. Hold on. I'll get this. Lori. There's so many other names that I haven't had a hard time with, but yours gave me it was a tongue twister. That's awesome. How'd I do? Hey, Robert James. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Room rating is a nice YouTube feature. Well, it's not even technically a YouTube feature, right? It's just something people started doing. I love it. I love it. Aw, thank you guys. Thank you for doing the YouTube things, like hitting the like button if you're enjoying being here, or hitting the dislike button if you're not so sure. Um, I can take the criticism. That's fine. Just, don't be a fence sitter, right? Have an opinion. And if you really like hanging out here, then hit the subscribe button. So saying all the YouTube things, saying all the YouTube things. Bring us your gold. Oh, well, you are rating me. Do I have any gold? No, but I have corn puffs. I have corn puffs. I've managed to not eat them yet, only because I haven't been at home at this desk. Mary from Blessed to Crochet sent me those, and we already ate one bag, and they're delicious. They're delicious. I haven't eaten this bag yet because I haven't been here. You subbed too. Oh, thanks, Brain Fog. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. We do our best not to stream over each other, but sometimes it's impossible. It's a third Minnesota goodbye. That's why you got more people now. Yay! So I've heard them I guess I've heard that phrase, but people say whatever state they're in. I thought it was fun for me to hear that other people do that too, because I always did that like growing up. Whenever I was at a friend's house, like hanging out with several friends, whenever it would come time for me to leave and come home, I'd like say goodbye to everyone like 3 or 4 times. So it's fun. Hey, Janet G was in Edmonton today. The Edmonton Oilers were a hockey team? Why do I know that? I don't know why, but I know that. I think I read a book about hockey a long, long time ago, like a memoir. So that may be why I know that. Do they still exist, the Edmonton Oilers? Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. I so appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Oh, man. Wally says, I had brain fog from 2021 to 2022. That's a long time to have brain fog. That's rough. That's rough. I'm sorry. Woo. And then it jumped. Woo! I lost track of it. I thought YouTube allowed for room rating. I guess not. I don't think they disallow it. I just don't know that it's like specifically a YouTube feature. I think it's just kind of like, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know the YouTube things. I don't know. But I thought it was just something that people started doing, like where they were on a live with one person and said, okay, which one of our other friends is live? Oh, okay, let's all go over there now. I thought it was kind of an informal thing. The corn puffs are amazing. Can't think of a better name. I think so they're caramel, right? So when you first eat them, when you first bite into them, they're sweet, but then they have like a salty finish on them, and then it makes you want to eat more. The salty end finish on it makes you want to keep eating them. They're dangerous. They're very dangerous. Oh, still have it? Oh man. I'm sorry, brain fog, I think. That's rough. Ooh, lunch. It could be lunch here where I am. It's after midnight here, but I could call it lunch. But it's not. You're a hockey house, Crafty Witch? Yeah, I wasn't so I didn't watch a whole lot of hockey just because, like, around here growing up, football was the thing. But my husband's family is from the Northeast, and hockey is bigger there. They're, Boston fans, so that was a big thing, and I learned to enjoy watching hockey, but hockey is really intense. Hockey is really fast, right? And then I also had a friend in college who played hockey for our university club team, and so I used to go see them play sometimes. Those are much smaller games. They're not professional, obviously, but it was fun to watch. Basically, he told me half the time they were just using it as an excuse to fight. But I guess that was fun for him. Oh, wow. Wally says, I think I flooded my body with every vitamin and mineral known to man, all from food, no supplements. I also switched to all organic and it went away from me. That is the brain fog. Oh, wow. I'm glad that was able to help for you. That's awesome. Okay, maybe that's why they entered into my head. The Edmonton Oilers are in the playoffs right now. Okay, okay. Avs are our team. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no. Oilers blew it tonight. They're down 3-0, as are the Dallas Mavericks. Wait, the Mavericks are basketball. Do you mean the Stars? Wait, did the Dallas hockey team change their name and did not tell me and I didn't know? You're right. I do need to introduce Herman to the room raids. Okay. Okay. I want to prepare you. This is a dried out fish skull. The story is that my grandfather caught a fish many, many years ago. He kept the skull, and when he passed away, my grandmother found it in his closet. And she said, "Oh, I've been meaning to get rid of that, and he wouldn't let me. Do you want it, Kristen?" And I said, "Yes, I want that strange oddity." So this is Herman, our fish skull. He was a catfish. He was reportedly 8 or 9 pounds, and now he's our mascot. Hey guys, how's it going? How's it going? This is Herman. And he recently went on a trip to the lake with me too. Okay. So that's timely that I thought of them. The Edmonton Oilers are in the NHL playoffs right now. Edmonton is going crazy. All right, all right. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, because the mods dropped the link to do the room rate. Gotcha. Gotcha. At the end of their live. Gotcha. Yeah, I've tried to do that, like, when I can stay awake until close to 1 o'clock in the morning, my time, when Chow Yun Smut goes live, but I can't always stay up that late. Sometimes I lose steam. And unfortunately, I think I'm gonna lose steam tonight. Everyone wearing Oilers shirts. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, okay. Depends on a viewer's settings whether they'll get swept over to the next feed. Well, I thought that was like, a redirect feature. Like if you have a certain number of subscribers, you can set it on your channel to do that so that it will automatically redirect people to a certain other channel, which would be that would be the only benefit of having more subscribers that I would want, is so that I could do that, so that I could give support to other channels that I know, have the capability to go live more frequently than I do. That's what I'd want to be able to do. Vegemite. How did we get onto the Vegemite again? I still have Vegemite I need to use up. I still have Vegemite. Yes, yes, this is what I was talking about, Jesse. Jesse says monetized channels can set up a live redirect. When your live or premiere ends, you can send your viewers to someone else's live stream or premiere. Yeah, that'll like automatically send them over. Whereas I think the room raids is like something we do kind of like manually we do it. Like we drop the link in the chat and say, "Okay, everybody go over to so and so's now." That would automate it. So, but I guess you can achieve the same effect just by like saying, "Hey, everybody, let's go see so and so now." Like I usually say, "Hey, let's go see Chow Yun Smut now." Well, Cricket at Chow Yun Smut's. That's her channel name. Oh, no wonder y'all are a hockey house. Crafty Witch says Jason played hockey for 16 years. No wonder. Oh, did you, Lori? I played ice hockey in a league as a teenager. So we didn't have we didn't have actual hockey teams at my schools in, like, middle school or high school. We have no ice. We had no nearby ice or rink, but we would play well, you would call it field hockey, but we would play it inside in the gym, so we called it floor hockey. We would play floor hockey in school, and I really enjoyed that, and I was decent at that because I was generally a very, very kind and passive person, but then when we played floor hockey, I released all of my pent-up aggression with a stick. So I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed floor hockey. Yeah, if you wanted to play ice hockey, you had to, like, do a club and, like, drive out somewhere with a rink. They weren't super close by. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The Stars lost to the Oilers in the conference finals. The Mavericks are also playing for the championship, just in a different sport, in basketball. That's right, that's right. Yay! We love goths. Brain Fog says, "I'm a goth," so that's awesome. Do you have to, like how do you get the cred? Like, how do you earn the title? Do you just, like, self-identify? Or, like could I show up just, like, as I am now and say, "Hey, I'm a goth"? No, probably not. I don't know. What would I have to do? I'm not asking to be a jerk. I'm genuinely curious. Um, like, I know there's, like, certain styles and things like that, but I don't know. I don't know. Thanks for saying the YouTube things for me, Mon. Please hit the like button. I would much appreciate it. Unless you're not having a good time, then you can hit the dislike button. That's cool too. I didn't realize you didn't know the back history of Herman, retired Red. I'm glad that you were here to hear it. Yeah, yeah, he's not just a random fish I keep around. He was my grandfather's. He was a fish he caught that he was so proud of. He kept the skull and wouldn't let my grandmother throw it away. So I have a couple things of theirs around, like, I have some paintings my grandmother did, but then from him, I have the fish head. So, that's fun. Oh, I put it on the bread too thick, is that right, Mon? Okay, so I need to put it on thinner. More butter and thinner. Gotcha, gotcha. Are you serious, Rick? Rick Spicer says, "Sometimes at border crossings, they ask a hockey question to prove you're Canadian." Could this be true? I kinda believe you, actually. I kinda believe you. Okay, here's how raids work. Jesse Miller says, "Yes, the raid can work either way." And Janella's right too. You can turn off settings to get automatically sent to another channel, even from a redirect. I have mine set, so I have to click to go. Okay. Okay, cool. What happened to the rest of Herman? Dinner? Yes, I do believe that he was fried up and eaten. He was a catfish. Uh, And the story is that he was like 8 or 9 pounds. I don't know if that's true. You know, every time somebody tells about a fish they caught, the fish gets bigger. So, but I believe the rest of him was consumed. But I'll have to ask my dad to be sure. Because I was very little. I don't remember not have been born. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Oh, thank you, Mon. I'll try the Vegemite one more time. I'll do a new reaction video with my better camera, and I'll try it one more time. I will try almost any food at least once, and usually twice, because the first time could always be an off day or you did it wrong, or like at a restaurant, maybe they had an off day. Oh, okay. Brain Fog says my husband is a goth DJ. Also, wear black, be spooky, and lots of makeup when you go to a club. I am all a goth comic book character. I've got all the cred. Oh, cool, cool. Okay. So, so do people? I have a dumb question. Do people still do like the really white like makeup too? Like, is that something people still do, or that's not necessary? I feel like when I was in high school, people used to do that a lot, but maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't anymore. Um, but I do have a lot of black t-shirts. I do have a lot of black t-shirts. Good night, Robert James. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, but I know it's late. I'm going to wind it up too here soon, for real. I know I keep saying that. It's our Minnesota goodbyes or our Texas goodbyes or wherever you're from that you do slow goodbyes. Ooh, Janet G asks, Wally, have you ever seen the short film, The Hockey Sweater, 1980? It's adorable. It's about a boy in Quebec who wanted a jersey of the Canadiens, but got a Leafs jersey instead. Not good. Oh, I'll have to check that out, Janet G. The Hockey Sweater. Huh. Apparently it's still a thing. Brain Fog says it's still a thing. Wally, I think, is the goth look still a thing or more of a niche fad these days? I remember in the 90s, early 2000s, it was fairly popular. So I actually do happen to know, like in Dallas, there's still a goth club because our old roommate used to frequent it. He used to go. Like he didn't dress a certain way. I mean, he typically always wore a black t-shirt, but that's just how he dressed. Um, but he wasn't super spooky, I guess. He wore a top hat. Maybe that qualifies. Um, but the goth club he went to, like, it's actually a different club and it changes on a certain night to be a goth club and it's called The Church. And he was telling someone about it and they misheard him and thought that he like was going to a church group, but it was actually a goth club. So that was kind of funny. Really? Maya says here catfish is fish we feed to the cat. Usually if we fish and catch fish too small to make dinner from. Oh no, it's a whole like different, it's like a breed, not a breed. I don't know if you call it a breed, but it's like a breed of fish. It's very like it's people eat it a lot like in Texas in the South, I think, like where you don't have ocean nearby you because they can live in like streams and rivers and ponds and stuff like that. And they have like whiskers. So I think that's where their name comes from. Let me see if I can catfish images. Yeah, yeah, they're called that because they have these whiskers. That's a catfish. And it's really good fried. Oh, the white makeup is kabuki. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Catching up on the chat. Do 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 do. I'm sorry, I didn't enunciate well enough. Maya says, "Oh, goth. I thought you said golf." That would be very different. Brain fog said, "No, I live in, this is in Dallas, and it's actually a different club. I can't remember, I can't remember what it is during the week. It could be Lizard Lounge during the week, and then they change it to the church on Sunday nights. I think it might be. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Lizard Lounge during the week, and then they change it to the church on Sunday nights, or at least, like, the lower level of it. But it's been a long time since I've been out anywhere like that, so I'd have to ask our old roommate to be sure. But no, I'm in Dallas, Texas area. Yes, exactly. Catfish is delicious. Yeah, it is similar texture to eel. It is. It's good fried. It's good fish and chips. Molly says when I hear goth, I instantly think of Marilyn Manson. He did have that kinda he did kinda play into that look a bit. He did kinda play into that look a bit, for sure. Um, you have catfish in Canada too, Rick, but mostly people from the States are the ones that eat them. Yeah, probably because 'cause they're familiar to us. Yeah, I've gotta be up soon too. Mile High Hokie says, "Must call it a night. Have to be up in 5.5 hours. Thank you for the gathering, Kristen. So pleased for you that you've had a good week at the new job. Good night, all." Thank you, Mile High Hokie. I really appreciate that. Oh, that's awesome. Did you really brain fog? Maya says I golfed too, just in all black with a parasol. Drove my parents nuts. Are you serious? That's awesome. I hope that you're serious. That makes me so happy. I love that. I love that. Crafty Witch. I'm a little goth and hippie. Uh, I think I like sometimes I mean I wore all black a lot in high school and I had some of the like cargo pants that were popular then, but I don't think I could have qualified. I could not have called myself goth. I don't think I would have been taken seriously. I don't think. I love that. I mean, and of course you would take a parasol golfing because it's sunny outside and you don't want to get like sunburned, right? That seems practical to me. And then it's a parasol that has more style than just an umbrella. I think that's fun. That's awesome. I have not tried tuna battered and fried, Miss Dragon. That sounds interesting. Okay, guys, I for real am gonna wrap it up now. Uh, I was gonna be on here for an hour and it's 12:37 in the morning. I am going to do the thing where I drop the links of channels. I think that if I can find them, do. I need to figure out how to do that bot thing that that Mary does. Oh no, I lost my document with all my links. Ah, okay, that's all right. We're gonna go to another. We're gonna do it another way. We're gonna do it another way. Do. And Maya says, I wear a lot of black too. But that is just because I'm not comfortable with a pop of red just yet. I don't know why. I have a lot of like black t-shirts or dark colored t-shirts. That's just kind of what I'm drawn to. It's not necessarily on purpose. It's just like, I don't know what I like to do. Aw, I'm glad Carrie Ann brought you here too, Brain Fog. It was really nice to see you. It was nice to chat with you. I feel like you helped educate me a little bit, and I always love that. It always makes me happy. I'm happy you caught my live too, Maya. Oh, thanks, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I just wanted to share the link for mostly for Chow Yun Smut because she's who's going live next. We can send people over there. That would be great. Hey, look, Misha's here. Have you been lurking, Misha? I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for popping your head up. And the lifeboat. Go check out the lifeboat if you have not already. Please, please, please. And if you're not tired yet, usually Cricket goes on around 1 a.m. ish Central Standard Time. So about 20 minutes from now ish. And I will probably be asleep, but I will probably put it on and fall asleep to it and say hi real quick. It was so good to see you guys. I missed you guys so much. Thank you for coming to hang out. Thank you, everybody who room rated from Carrie Ann. I really, really appreciate that too. Um, Y'all made my heart grow 10 sizes tonight. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful night. I feel so, so, so lucky that you guys come hang out with me like this. And y'all did not forget about me. Oh, Misha says, I'm late, but was sneaking in. Heard you say you leaving. Didn't want to make you stay longer. Well, thank you for posting the link, Misha. And it's always good to see you. Always, always. Y'all have a wonderful night, wonderful day if you're in that part of the world. Love, love, love. Take care. See y'all soon. Bye bye.